Hi guys, so today we have a new video review, and as you can see this is a new kit from Miniart. Of course it is molded in 1/35 scale because it's a part of their World War II military miniature series. And as you can see we continue this topic of the soldiers in cafe. So here we have German soldiers, and in 1/35 scale it might be a good opportunity for some diorama project. And of course we have a commercial sample here, so this kit number 35396 is the final shape of this release, and you'll get exactly the same stuff if you order it, for example, in Max. So first of all, you can notice that on the box art we have 4 soldiers depicted, and frankly speaking I have the question whether we get all of the 4 figurines or maybe we just get some variety on how to assemble. But then you check it here and it's written that box contains models of 4 figurines, 2 tables and 4 chairs, so basically everything you see on the box art. And as for the packaging, we have the standard figurine box size from Miniart. Here you can see comparison with my hand, and if you had, let's say, a chance to build some figures from Miniart in 1/35 scale, this will be a familiar thing for you. And on the side here we have some safety devices. On the opposite side we have also 2 ads for the other kits which we reviewed as well, so I really recommend to check them because this was also quite an interesting thing. And if we flip it over on the opposite side, here we have the marking guide and assembly manual. They are combined all together, so you have to pay attention first to the parts which should be glued together and then to the paint numbers. And as for the paints, I really like what Miniart does in their kits, because here we have the conversion table, and as you can see it's given in different manufacturer designations, so basically you can use different paints for the figures, and this is really handy. That's why I always say that it's good idea to cut out this color chart and preserve it for your future builds, because this is quite precise conversion table, to be honest. So this is a side opening box, and if we open it, here is what we have inside. As you can see, everything is packed into one plastic bag, and now I just need to cut through it and we will be checking all of these soldiers in a bit, let's say, detailed way. But again, previous kits with British soldiers and also I think American soldiers, they were quite nice, so I don't think this one will be something different. Now I'm just trying to figure out how to take out the plastic sprue. It's a bit of a tight fitment, surprisingly, and I wonder why. Okay, so just give me a second. I will try to take it out of the plastic bag. And you can hear that it's already tearing apart. Okay, finally. So, it was a bit of the really tight packaging, but we have the small frames which are dedicated to each of the figures. So if I zoom in here and you can see first soldier, of course we have the typical 1/35 scale parts division. It means that we have the separate legs, hands and one piece torso. And another thing which you will be sure of is that the poses here are predefined, so it means you won't be able to vary them much. And of course it will be important to combine all of the parts in a convincing way so that it won't be noticeable that these parts are actually separate. But as you can see, the sculpting quality is quite fine. I know that some modelers trying to make the features a bit more prominent. In my opinion, they're completely fine for a 1/35 scale, because obviously here you are not airbrushing, and with the brush painting it should be enough of the wrinkles and other stuff to have in such small sized figurine. But of course it's your decision, so obviously check it first, decide on which approach you would like to choose for your soldier. Next we have the sprue D. So here we have pretty much the same. As you can see, another soldier figurine, again in a seated position, just like on the box art. There, all of the 4 soldiers were in seated position. But as you can see, again, if I flip it over to the rear side, we do not have any guiding elements here. So pay attention on how you will be joining all of this stuff. And by the way, if I bring closer the head, you can see that we have a small seam in the middle, and it's easy to resolve this problem with the sharp knife. Just pay attention to such minor things, because it will also have its own take on the appearance. And the same can be found here on this guy. So I guess this is something to do with the molding technology. But again, this is the final fourth figurine, and as you can see, again, the overall quality looks fine. I don't have anything to complain about. I would say it's a standard thing for Miniart. So if you had some experience with their 124 scale kits, actually 135 scale figurine kits, you'll be completely fine, because these are up to the standard from this brand. And as you remember, we also get 2 tables and 4 chairs. They're supplied on these 2 identical plastic sprues. So I will show you only one because they carry the same set of parts. And for the chairs, it's really cool that they actually include such detailed things out of the box. Because frankly speaking, some brands just skip on this furniture and they try to make you to assemble your own. But here you can see that these are highly detailed furniture pieces, and maybe it would be a wise idea to replicate some weathering as well, because after all, these are wooden, let's say, subjects or objects. So that's why they will be kind of scratched and maybe used a bit on various sections. So definitely check your references, try to think how to weather the table or the chair, because it will also improve the overall appearance of the build and also make it a bit more convincing in the looks, let's say. But that's not all. We also get the separate plastic bag with the clear parts, and yes, you heard it right, we get the let's say proper clear parts here. They are used for the bottles, as you can see, and also for the glasses. So here we have various glasses, and this is really cool that they're actually made out of clear plastic. It means that you can paint them in whatever color you prefer, and you can also replicate the liquid inside. There are a lot of ways how to do so, so it's really useful in case you are trying to replicate the wine inside, or maybe it's beer, or maybe whiskey, or something else. And also, that's not all. We have another type of the clear parts. Here we have bottles. So these ones are molded out of this brownish plastic. So this one is more like a glass. But again, it's a clear plastic, so you can try to replicate the various liquid inside. Note that we do not have any labels or decals included for these bottles. But again, you are free to try to replicate it with your own hands and tools if you are able to. So it will be even better small touch in 135 scale, especially considering the fact that these bottles are depicted on the box art with the labels on them. But overall, we have a really nice release in 135 scale. I would say it's as good as the previous Soldiers in Coffee releases in 135 scale from Miniart. Of course, I'll be happy to hear your opinion about such kit. Write it here in the comment section below. And if you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.